What is up, Web3 crew? Krista Two Moons right here at Istanbul, Turkey for Solana Crossroads, and I'm with Mr. David of Etherfuse. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
How's the event so far? Is this your first time to be part of Solana Crossroad as exhibitor?
No, we've been, I'd say, OG exhibitors, so we're very close with the Crossroads family, and so this is our second time in Istanbul, and we've done a lot of kind of sponsorships and partnerships with Crossroads.
Interesting. So I'm really excited to get to know more about Etherfuse. Can you please tell us more about Etherfuse and what do you guys specialize in?
Etherfuse is tokenizing sovereign debt in the form of interest-bearing stablecoins. So we take currencies all around the world and we collateralize them with short-term bonds in those currencies, and we issue the interface of that as an interest-bearing stablecoin on-chain.
Fascinating. So what makes Etherfuse stand out from all the competitors? You know that we have a lot of competitors around.
Yeah, this is a new technology, and crypto is a big space, so I think there's room for everybody to grow. But I would say primarily what differentiates us from our competitors is we do on-chain treasuries. So there's competitors like Ondo or Mountain, they do interest-bearing tokens too. But we do currencies that are non-US as well. So we do Mexican, Brazilian, British, European, and there doesn't seem to be anyone else really focusing on these, I would say, non-US currencies like we are. So our goal is to bring the whole world's currencies on-chain through interest-bearing stablecoins.
All right, interesting. So how is your relationship between Solana?
I'd say we are OG Solana developers. So we've been around for quite some time, which sounds silly, but from the beginning, for the most part, Solana was our primary chain. We're now cross-chain. But we're trauma bonded because we've been through all the crashes, all the ups and downs, and it's a great community. The thing about Solana, it's very fun. People, I see a lot of familiar faces all over the world. So our relationship's strong, and we are happy with the decision we made to issue here first.
And actually, this is a very huge event. This is my second time in Istanbul, but this is the best event I have seen for a very long time. So let's come back to the Etherfuse. What do you think is the future impact of Etherfuse in the ecosystem?
I think Etherfuse is probably the only company with the regulatory infrastructure and technical infrastructure to bring the foreign exchange market on-chain. So the foreign exchange market is super inefficient. People or big companies have to hold lots of dead money in different accounts just to facilitate exchange. And we think that DeFi will do better. The problem with that is you need to have the ability to tokenize all these different currencies, put them on chain in a way that they're open and restriction free for DeFi. And that's near impossible to do. And we've done it. And so I think the biggest benefit we can bring is by onboarding these nations to the blockchain. So our assets, the goal, we're not quite there yet, but we're close. Each asset should be able to be minted and burned from a local bank account for free. So if I'm a Mexican, I can issue myself on-chain CETES or pesos from my bank account using real pesos, or off-ramp them, and I can trade those assets on-chain. So that's a very hard ask, and a lot of countries, I would say Western countries, they have a lot of restrictions against doing things like that. But we've really been lucky and fortunate that we can issue these assets under Swiss law and issuing them from Mexico, so we can really do it. We just have to grow and we have to succeed and continue hitting home runs. I think that's the impact we will bring, is we'll enable currency forwarding, currency options, and the foreign exchange market to take advantage of the efficiencies of DeFi.
Awesome. So after Solana Crossroads, where are you guys heading to next? Any upcoming events, or do you have any projects to launch?
We're going to Token right after this, Token 2049. So most people here are, but then we have a few conferences in Mexico coming up, and we're all over the place. And then we have Accelerate in New York coming up. So usually if it's a Solana event, you'll see us there participating in some form. So definitely come say hi and check out our assets.
We'll definitely see you at the token 2049. Okay, so are you guys open for collaborations or partners?
Yeah, we think we essentially have an SDK of sovereign debt. And so if you have a wallet, there's a lot of benefit we can bring to you. If you have cross-border payments, we can help you facilitate bank-like experience in different currencies with yield-bearing opportunities. So we're definitely open for partnerships. But at the same time, all of our SDKs and our endpoints and APIs, they're open. So you can take advantage of our product without even talking to us, just going to our site and downloading them too.
Thank you so much. I've one last question. What do you think is the future of money?
I think what we'll do, this is taking a very Etherfuse perspective, but money right now has been very inefficient in you have these big players who have all the advantage of yield. And when people want to build products, they've had to rely on fees as revenues. And so you charge the people with the least amount of money, the users, the fee to facilitate like a behavior. And so they're paying for their ability to engage in commerce. Well, with us, we're bringing and lifting the interface of yield to everyday person, retail. So the need to charge a fee to send money or to use money should go to zero. And we should be able to see yield being a revenue stream. So the future of money for me is freely tradable assets and cross-border payments around the world instantly.
Thank you so much. Wonderful answer. Thank you so much, David. And describe Solana Crossroads in one word.
Impact. Crossroads is probably the only community in Solana who's really focused on finding everyday people and everyday problems and bringing these opportunities to them. So impact.
Thank you so much, David. I hope you get a lot. I got a lot of insights from him. I hope you do too. Once again, this is me, Chris at 2 Moons. See you again on the next episode of FOMO, the future of